People seem really confused about religious freedom. Let me clarify. Religious freedom is, I can't do that. That's against my religion. It's not, you can't do that. It's against my religion.
And I know many religious people are going to get their panties in a bunch and explaining that, well, there's nothing about my religion that is preventing people from living their life however they choose to, and I'm not forcing anyone into my religion. Well, let me give you some examples so that you can understand what the young lady said. When you claim that marriage is only between a man and a woman, and that any other types of marriage, where there's same sex marriage or is polygamy, you are pushing your religious narrative on what they believe marriage is. If marriage is just a construct of a legal entity of people who decide that they want to commit themselves to live together for the rest of their lives and share in their finances as well as in their home and build a family, then it doesn't matter if it's male, male, female, female, male, male, female, male, female, female. It doesn't matter. But your religious conviction has it where it's only men and women can get to euthanize someone who is in a situation where they are terminally ill and are just living, going through pain. I remember back in 1998, Dr. Kevorkian was on trial, and euthanasia was a big topic in America. And all the religious people were stating that it is the same as suicide, and suicide is a deadly sin. Now, am I for suicide? No. If a person is depressed and need help, they should seek out help. But if a person is sitting there and they're going through pain and suffering and there is no help in sight, like in the early 80s and 90s when a person was suffering with HIV. There was no way that they were going to survive back then. And I watched people go through pain. Euthanasia should be a person's right. It shouldn't be a right based on your religion. Sex before marriage. Now, sex before marriage is not illegal, is the first thought that's going to come to your mind. But let me clue you in on a little known law that most people don't understand that I made sure that my children did understand. Sex before the consenting age of marriage, meaning that in the state of Georgia, I don't know what the consenting age is right now, but let's say it's 16. So my son, he's 15. He has sex with another young lady, she's 15. The parents actually own the body to the children. So therefore, if the young lady's family decided that they want to press charges against my son for having sex with an underage girl, my son would be charged. Now, understand, it only goes one way. Only the boy can be charged in this situation, but it stems from the idea of not having a fornication and not having sex before marriage. When in all actuality, the act of having sex is marriage according to Christianity, but y'all got it twisted up because you're so caught up into the legal ramifications of the United States. Sunday alcohol sale. When I was a youth, it was banned. You could not purchase alcohol on Sundays. The law has been changed somewhat here in Georgia and in many states where now you can't buy alcohol until after 12 noon on Sunday. Why is that? They want to make sure all the good Christians go to church first, and they want everybody else to have to abide by that rule. Unless you are a restaurant, you cannot serve alcohol before that time frame. And many restaurants even still have to adhere to that. Another one that falls into the same category is dry counties. The reason why there are dry counties is because of Christian mindsets towards alcohol and consuming spirits. Last but not least, public nudity. And what I mean by public nudity, it is completely legal for myself as a man to walk down the street without a shirt on. It is completely illegal for a woman to walk down the street without a shirt on. These are decency laws that were in place based on Christians' idea of a woman should always be covered up, whereas it is okay for a man to be uncovered. So, in any environment other than a specific nudist beach in the privacy of your own home with fence coverings and all those sort of things, I, as a man, can walk out no shirt on. Angelina, as a woman, would be arrested for public indecency to walk out with no shirt on. It is based on your Christian ideologies, and that's why that law is in place. I wanted to focus only on things that were relevant to today or recent time and recent history. Of course, if I wanted to, I could have done this based on many different time frames of the past, which would take us all the way through slavery, subjugation of women, and all these other things. But I wanted it to hit closer to home. So that's what religious freedom is. You being able to practice your religion however you choose. When you're forcing your religion on someone else and saying that what their actions violate my religion, like those laws that I just went over, that's not religious freedom. That's religious superiority and religious persecution. You have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.